Alright, what up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I got a lot going on today. First off, I'm going to be doing a 4-channel and a EQ in my wife's stock 2020. A new line driver and running RCAs. We're going to be running 3 new fuses. I'm also going to make temporary door pause for the 6.5 to set in here. And I'm going to show you how that's going to get going here later on in the video. So if you like this, if you like car audio, if you like watching this kind of stuff, subscribe to the channel and stick around for the video and watch the whole thing, because it's going to be a lot in this video and it's going to get interesting. We got this Sundown ZB515 in here on the Slaps 5K, and we have stock door speakers and we can't hear shit. So I ordered some 6.5 Tampino drivers, and we're going to be making sort of a makeshift pod to kind of set in here, and then I'm going to be doing some stack fab circle rings to put the drivers in the doors. So I'm going to be showing you a little bit more about that later, but first we got to get some wires installed in here and get this EQ ran and everything and the amp so we can run them. So I have a box of just miscellaneous old RCA wires and cables and some stuff that I have from previous builds that I've never really used, or either have used and then didn't need. So we're going to go ahead and try to run some new wires in here. I got a line out. I got this line out converter. I'm going to be changing this one out and putting this one in here. And then we're going to be running from here right into our EQ. And then we're going to have our subs going out back to the Slats 5K. And then we're going to have our front and rear going to this bad boy here, this DB45 from Rockville. Now, when I purchased this new, it was a few years, long years back, about 4 or 5 years back, and didn't really know too much about smaller 4-channel amps. Like, I could have got a lot smaller one, like the Slaps Mini, but this one here is a powerhouse. It's 800 RMS for 4 channels, and you can see, it's pretty beefy. It's got 4 gauge inputs, and looks like I'm missing some screws here, but we're only going to be using these front channels 1 and 2, so I'll have to get some more screws later for there. But anyways, yep, it's old amp, reliable, everything works on it, so should be everything we need for what we're doing. So these are the RCAs that I'm going to be using from the actual line out converter to the back of the EQ to run everything. Now, these here, they come with these male to female connectors, so I can literally just tap into my speaker wires for my left and right signal. And then I'm just going to go ahead and connect these onto there and then run them all the way to the front. And then I'm going to make a little spot for the EQ to set in this little cubby hole up there. And then it's going to kind of set at an angle. And then we'll be able to get to all the controls and everything. And all the wires will be ran on the passenger side, around, up underneath, and then back around. So now I'm going to work on getting all the wires that I'm going to be running back from the EQ to both of the amps, all the way to the back. All of them is going to be on the passenger side as well, because all my power is on the driver side. So you don't want to mix your power wire, your big power wire from your front of your battery, your main power wire, your 1 gauge. You don't want to mix that and these, because if you cross them, it can cause a little bit of that ground noise loop that nobody likes. We don't want that. Alright, so essentially what I'm doing is I'm running all these RCAs around and underneath the dash. See if you can see in there. coming underneath through that hole, and then they're going to be running out underneath, coming through this hole, and then the equalizer is going to be sitting here. I'm going to clean all this up, move all this out of the way. I should have done it already. That blue and white set of RCAs, and then this blue and white set of RCAs, that will be for the 4-channel amp. And then once I get this ran underneath, I'll go ahead and pull all these out and twist them together, and then run them all to the back. Alright guys, so I also forgot I gotta run a small power ground and remote wire for the EQ, for the plug-in. So also that's what I'm doing now. I'm using red power, blue for the remote, and this orange here for my ground, and then I'm gonna run them all the way back and connect them to the back of the bank, and then the existing remote wire for the 6.5's. I'm gonna just tap onto that. Alright guys, so I have just finished up running all of my wires out to the back and everything underneath the dash. I gotta say, not pretty shabby for what all we had going in the dash. And if you look over here, everything is nice and clean now. I've got the bass knob for the sub amp here, which also the bass is connected to the EQ, so you got the sub volume there, sub frequency, got all the frequency slopes, and also we got our voltage meter here. So that's as clean as I could get it, you know, without building some kind of a wooden box in here. I mean, it's pretty clean. Everything runs up in the dash, like I said. You know, there's a little bit of wire there showing, but for what we have like, what, 6.5's RCAs and some power and ground wire ran for the EQ. All that running, I mean, all that is all you can see. And then I'll have this all tucked up underneath the dash. So now it's on to the back. I'm gonna have to make a little amp rack for this to hook on the back of the box. Probably right here somewhere. And then I'll go ahead and start working on getting the door pods started. Hopefully I can get something shaped out and start making some rings. And speakers should get here soon. The Tampino 6.5's, I'm still waiting on them to get delivered. And then should be able to start rocking on the doors. And this is just the old line-out converter here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be putting these fuses in today or not, because I don't have any lugs right now. I don't have any more lugs terminal lugs. But I already have a fuse for the 4-channel amp that I can use, so we'll see what happens. Alright guys, so here's my connections for my EQ. I actually went with gray in the back for my ground, but we got power, ground, and then our remote wire. So nice clean connections. I'll hook the power and ground straight to the battery. Remote wire will be jumped in with the other, like basically a jumper wire from the 6.5's amp here. And then I'm gonna also jump that to the 4-channel. So made a little amp rack. It's got just little 1-inch step ups. It'll mount flush down on the box like that. And then it'll sit on there like that, all up against the back without looking all crazy. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get that on there and see what it looks like. So yeah, it'll go on there something like that, and then of course I'm gonna have it up like that there, a little bit off the other amp, so should work out pretty good. Alright guys, so there you have it. Very simple and clean. As you can see, I got the power going into my distribution block, power going over there, ground same way. Nice short clean runs, simple. And then the remote wire is just coming into the wire from the remote of the 6.5's audio shock 6.5K, and then I just put a jumper, another remote wire coming in off of that for the EQ. And then I haven't really got the doors really done yet, but it's getting dark, so I still got a whole other day tomorrow I can work on them. But I'm going to show you a little bit about what I'm going to do there. Now, I changed my mind. I am going to go ahead and put a 6.5 in each back door. I decided to go ahead and put the new Tampinos that are coming in the back doors, one in each. And then up front here, I'm going to put a 6.5 here and one here. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, so that should work out. So I have plenty enough room, leg room wise. I can put two 6.5 right here and here and stack 5 them. So I'm going to be running these two 6.5s out of my F-150 in there, because I don't have any amps and stuff installed right here in this truck right now. I'm doing some things with it, so complete rehaul. So I'm just going to take these out for now and use them now. We are going to order the Tampinos for this. We're going to order full Tampino doors, but for now, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and fab up something real quick. Now all I'm going to do basically, I'm going to put like one board in here about the shape of this, and then it's just gonna come up a little bit on I'm gonna have a little bit of an extension in the back right here where it's gonna come up, and then it's just gonna sit flush almost right here, and then we're gonna stack rings, 6.5 inch rings right here for the speakers, and just stack them up 2 or 3, well, whatever we need for it to clear. And then we're going to drop them in there, and then we're just going to pretty much just stick a wrap over it for now, because they're just going to be temporary. But I mean, it may even, depending on how it works out, it may end up becoming permanent. So, you know, I'm going to try to make them where they look really, really nice for what they are. Alright guys, so this is the factory door shape, you know, and this is what I originally had, that I fiberglass and made on the door, and it pretty much just sits, you know, right up there, right how it needs to go. So just like that. But we're gonna put 2 6.5s in each one, you know, so we're gonna need all the space we can over here. And these were 8s before, so that's why this looks so big, but, you know, 2 6.5s should fit. Amazon just dropped off the 2 Tampinos for the back doors, which is kind of ironic because I'm sitting here actually working on them, cutting the rings out right now, so. Alright guys, here is the little Tampino 6.5 drivers. Shallow mount, they're only a little over 2 inches tall, 2.2, but these things are pretty well built. Got a nice little spider there. Pretty little cool basket design, little oval shaped holes, but a little bit different than the DS18s and Scars, so something different. We're gonna eventually do full Tampinos probably in the whole car, but. Alright guys, so this is like I said, the TPT MR 6.4 Pros. They're 160 to 9,500 is the frequency. Comes with little stickers, and we don't need that. Pull it out the box. And there you go. So, alright. It's pretty much just going to sit in there, kind of flush-ish, just like that. And then the whole door is just going to be wrapped. And I'm going to have a leg and stuff I can put up right here to kind of get where I need to for the height out here. Alright guys, so sorry I didn't show a lot of how I really made it. There it is. It's not Like I said, it's not nothing too fancy or crazy. But you can see it doesn't stick out a whole lot from where that hole, the original hole is. Actually, you can see the bevel there, where it is. And then, you know, like I said, it's not perfect, but it'll get a little skin over it. And then we'll wrap it. And it'll hide all the blemishes. But it's getting late, and I just didn't want to do a whole lot of recording, tedious stuff here, trying to figure out how I was going to make a frame, you know, and make it all fit. But basically what I did is, on the inside, I have a little shim there, as you can see, holding it, and, you know, holding it out to where it needs to be. And then I took the whole panel off, and then screwed everything in from the inside, and then screwed it so that it wasn't hitting nothing. You know, I could check for clearance. Alright guys, so it is the next day, and this is what I got going on here. You can see we got the back door done on the passenger side, and as you can see, it's pretty much flush right there with the factory. A little bit of bevel there, but then, like I said, we're just gonna wrap it with some skin. So not too bad for small little, you know, quick little setup. Temporary door, but, you know, like I said, if you wrap it good enough, it could be a permanent door, you know. Just wrap it and call it done. So now I have to work on the front two doors. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the passenger door and just go ahead and get these done. I got a lot more rings to cut out, and I got these already ready to fit. They are ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my jigsaw and go ahead and start cutting some more of these rings out. Alright, so these are the 6.5, the DS18s that are going in the front doors, but see, unfortunately, they're a little bit thicker. The other one, the Tampinos are 2.2, I think, and the mounting depth on these are like 2. I don't know what it is, like 6, 7. Anyways, whatever it is, it has to have an extra ring. It has to have 4 3/4 inch rings thick to make it work. So we're gonna have to. But I already checked the clearance on the door. I already checked the clearance for the door and the seat, so we're good to go. We can put 4 here and then another 4 here. So, alright, anyway, so that's what I got going on. I just wanted to make sure, you always want to make sure that you check your clearance, you know, for your door before you build your door out. You know, I want to build this thing and then go to shut your door, and then you can't shut your door because it's hitting the seat, or it's hitting the rubber seal or something like that. Alright guys, so it is 9:03 a.m. coming along pretty good. This is what I got going on here. Just got some Gorilla Grip glue, got some templates down. This here is in the middle for the divider. I gotta have some space, so I'm gonna have to have another ring on top of these, and then also one more ring on top of those. Look, something like that. Alright guys, so it is trying to rain. I'm trying to get these doors done in a hurry, but I already have the other side finished, wired up, ready to go, just like this one. So all I have to do is install the panels now. So shouldn't be but a few more minutes now, and I'll be able to wire them up and start tuning this amp, the 4-channel, and see what happens. Alright guys, so I got everything ready to go, and I'm getting down to the last bit, like installing the last 4 RCA connectors for the 4-channel. And I'm a little too short. But that's okay because I got these things here. They're female to female connectors. I'll just put one on each one. And then I got these nice thick RCAs that are 1 foot exactly, so they'll be perfect. And there it is, just like that. So now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and zip tie this up. And I'm gonna tape these on there just to make sure they don't go anywhere. And I'll go ahead and tune this thing up and set the amp, set the gains, and we should be able to go and hear this thing play now. Alright guys, so this thing absolutely screams. But yeah, like I said, these are just temporary. I mean, I gotta clean them up a little bit once the glue dries, but I mean, it is on there. I mean, it's fairly tight for what it is, but I mean, it's just, like I said, it's just temporary. So we'll see how it turns out. But I just wanted to throw this little clip at the end here to see what it was looking like. I still got to finish the doors all the way out with the wrap, but I mean, for what it is, they're alright. They look okay. So, alright. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, this thing is really loud now. The bass even picked up more. It's probably mid 145 now, so pretty loud for a single 15. So I like it. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. Subscribe if you're not, and I just want to say real quick, I went to the store earlier to test out the bass again. This thing is smashing the lows now. It's floating here, it's floating, you know, bags in the window. I mean, it definitely got windier and more bass, so I'm very happy. Hopefully I'll be able to post a video soon of this thing getting down, so maybe that'll be the next video post, but are a little short. Alright guys.